We know the word of God is true. We know God is going to do something for Africa. I know many times we have always thought we have friends. We call them whatever, we call them partners. And when we go to them, they treat us like we are partners indeed. But when we are not there, they treat our people otherwise. They are discriminated against. They are accused. They are killed. Simply because, not because they have no brains, not because they are not educated, not because they have no capacity and ability. It is because they have not been given a chance. When I was praying, the Lord spoke to me and said, I am God of the whole earth. I'm the one who gives chances to all. Africa chance has come and it will come. How do you know you are friend? One time, this issue, one time, my father taught me some things that I'll never forget. He was not so educated, but he was a great man. He educated us. He took us to school. He paid our school fees and everything under hard times. He valued education more than anything else. So he called us one time in the evening, I've never forgotten, and he gave us a story. My sisters were there. I know some of them will hear me at their presentations. And my brothers were there. And the old man gave us a story of wisdom that I'm going to give it in this media. He said one time, there were people who were friends. And those friends, they used to go partying together. You know, with friends, when you have got a party, you invite them. And so they used to go together. And because they had money, they could say what they are going to do. At one time, one of the friends could say, we are not going to allow women to be talking because we are the hands of the house. And so what they did, they organized themselves and they paid their wives. And one time, one wise man discovered that every time they say, let's meet our wives, it is only his wife who had a scar. All the others were okay. They could go and tell their wives to scream at night and pretend they are being beaten. And this fool is the one who did beat his wife. So it happened. He also discovered, he wanted to discover who are his real friends. You know what he did? He came at night after being in a party with them, and he told his wives, today we are going to know who are, you know those days they used to have wives, not wife. Who are our real friends? And so they slaughtered the big he-goat. In my tradition where I come from, when you have got a big he-goat, like if an important man came and visited my house, I would slaughter for him a big goat and a fat one too. Even the Bible talks about the same, the fattened calf. So they slaughtered a he-goat that was in his hand. And he did it in a messy way. Blood was all over because they did it with the wives. And he said, let the blood flow here. And he sprinkled blood everywhere. And then put it in a sack. And then he called one of his boys and said, go to the house of so-and-so, my best friend. Tell him to come quickly, and it is urgent. And it was at night. So the boy ran to the house of the neighbor or the person who was his best friend and knocked at the door. And said, hey, Baba, my father is calling you and it is urgent. So the man took his sword, whatever he was using at night, and went to see his friend. When he arrived at the door, the man said, come in. There is a story I want to tell you today. And the man was seated there. He told him, listen, my friend, something very tragic has happened in my house. And the man said, what? He said, you know what happened? No. A man came here. And he was like a thief and he was misbehaving. In my anger, I hit him. This is what I mean. And see the blood he has left here. Could you help me to bury him before the government catch up with me tomorrow? The man said never. He ran away and he went and he did that to the 3 of his friends. None of them agreed. Only one, who happened to be his brother, who came and he said, my brother, if this is what has happened, this has taken place, we must do something. Anyway, they went and dug up grave at night, and they presented their parents something, and he told his brother, now I know who is my friend. Africa, we are brothers. So the next morning, who came? The chief with his policemen to catch this man, telling him, I heard you killed a man yesterday. Who went to say that he was a killer? His friends. And my father told us, the moral of that story is, be careful who your friends are. Some of them are just friends because they misuse you. Some of them are giving these loans and big things simply because they know for the next 50, 100 years we shall be their slaves. How do we know who our friends are? COVID-19 came. We can't get a ventilator. Nobody is ready to help us. Nobody is ready to give anything to us because everything is about them. I thank God when they spoke. Some of them spoke and said, Africa, I see millions of dead bodies. Is that a good wish for us? Are they really our friends? Whenever they want to start a vaccine, they say the vaccine we are starting, we are going to test it with Africa. Why? Because we are the guinea pigs of the world? Because we are poor? Don't we have God? Is there no God in heaven who cares about us? I want to tell you, people of God, the unders of the world will change. When God wants to lift up a people, he brings them to the brim. He brings them to a place where they have no option. They have either to move or move. Africa, we are educated. I thank God for those patriots who did the ventilators within 2 weeks. I know nowadays there are those who never want us to move forward. Their work will be president and the rest. You have to know they will try to stop it. The big money guy want to take that project from that poor boy. That is what is going to happen. Why? Because that is the systems that are working in our land. Our sons and daughters who are doing even programs and big programs in computer world. German people are looking for them. The world is looking for them. Kenya has no place for them. This could bring billions of dollars and we could pay our debts. But they are not ready for that. I want to talk today as a man of God because God has spoken to me. That is why I'm speaking with a lot of authority from heaven. This time, every nation of the earth shall taste the anger of God. They shall know who is supreme. There are some things I don't want to say because I don't want to scare anybody, but they are true. I don't want even to give Africa any great hope, telling them you are not going to be affected. But I want to tell you, Africa, the hand of God will rest on you. But you must wake up.